Hi, Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Mount-N-Lock GennyGo Cargo Carrier. Now this is going to be designed for your generators, but it can carry anything else too. And the one we have today is going to be designed to work with your RV bumpers. So let's check it out. So there's going to be a few things that really stand out about this carrier. Now we're going to have a lot of different options here on our website that are designed to work with your RVs, but this one's going to have folding capabilities to it. So you can save space when you need to, just accommodate your gear in different ways. On top of that, it's also going to be made of aluminum, so it's going to be very lightweight when you are maneuvering it. But it's still going to be very sturdy, as you can see right here. When I'm going to shake this, I'm actually shaking the whole RV too. So still very strong, and it's going to be rust resistant on top of that since it is made of aluminum. And what I also like is that we're going to have plenty of holes on here. So if you have different types of generators or just gear in general, you should be able to accommodate them because we have plenty of options. But we'd love to see what type of gear or generators you're putting back here in either a picture or a comment. But I'll go into a little bit more detail over each one of those. But first, let's go over the folding ability of this. So the way this is going to work is you're going to have some pins back here that you can remove. Now, if you have a fairly large generator, since this is going to have a weight capacity of 300 pounds, I recommend having a friend to help you out with that, someone to fold it and someone to remove the pins, and maybe even another person to help lift. But in my case, this generator is only around 70 or 80 pounds, so I can do it myself. And all I'm going to do is come over here, take off those clips, and I'm going to lift up on the carrier some to relieve some tension and pressure off those pins. And with those off, if I lift it up, there's going to be multiple holes here on the side that I can match this up with. I'm going to just go one notch up and realign those holes just like this. So it's a fairly simple process. If it's a heavier generator or item, just make sure you have a friend nearby to help you out with that. And you can get this to about 90 degrees. If you are going to be doing that though, I recommend either having this fully unloaded or having a really small item back here so you can get this to fit with your RV. And it's going to be able to stay like this even when you're driving down the road. Now it's also important to note that when you are driving down the road, you do have to have your gear secured down with either some type of strap. Today we're using some eTrailer cam straps. Now this is not going to come with any straps, but it gives you a lot of opportunities for mounting them down into place. So whether you're using regular straps like we are today, or some bungees, or anything with some hooks, these are going to work perfect for you. There are going to be different sizes to accommodate different types of straps. Now something to really consider though is if you have a ratcheting strap. When you are using that, just be a little bit mindful you don't tighten that too much because it can warp the carrier itself. And speaking of mounting, we're going to talk about how this is going to mount to your RV. The way it's going to do that is going to mount to your bumper. Now this is going to fit a lot of different bumper sizes. If you need to make sure it's going to fit yours, you can actually check the specs on our page, make sure it will. So the way this works is we're going to have a lot of notches cut out from the very top of it so it can work with different sizes. And then we're going to have a bolt that comes through and this connects to the other side. And it's going to cinch it down and keep it nice and tight. Now this is nice because this isn't going to require any type of modification to your RV. It's just going to clamp on into place. So we got rid of the generator just to show how this can handle a little bit more weight. And I'm about 230 pounds, and if I kind of wiggle around in here, it still feels pretty dang sturdy. It's actually moving the RV, so still doing a really good job. And I gotta say, in most cases, if you're putting a generator or just some heavier items back here, the amount of space that you have to put those items isn't that big, so you're probably never going to exceed 300 pounds unless you have some very dense items going on here. Overall, I think this is going to be a solid carrier. Now, the one thing I do wish is that it had a different finish. I'm just personally not a big fan of this more silver finish. I think if it was black, kind of like the brackets on here, it'd look a little bit nicer. They actually do have one like that too. GennyGo makes a steel variation of this, and it's also going to have a higher weight capacity, and you can get one in a larger size too. So if you have larger items, you can accommodate them too. But if you're not really a big fan with how this exact one works or how it moves around, then I'd actually recommend checking out the eTrailer bumper carrier. Because what's nice about that is is going to be a little bit larger than this one, and I think just folding it up just feels a little bit easier. Now when it comes to mounting your gear into place, it's not going to have near as many spots where you can put your hooks or straps into place, so that's really something to take into consideration when choosing the right one for you. But if you guys have any other questions, please let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.